As the crisis deepens in the world over the spread of the COVID-19 virus, a handful of countries have successfully flattened the curve. However, controlling the outbreak so that it does not overwhelm the healthcare system has become a challenge as the numbers keep rising each day, and this has now led to more sectors being affected and finding themselves in a catch-22 situation, with education falling victim to the pandemic in the country. Children will now have to stay home longer after the Ministry of Education announced an additional holiday period for thousands of school-going children.
In the interest of the safety and lives of our children, our beloved children, the government has decided to extend school closure for 1 month, effective from the date of opening.
Speaking at Afya House, Education CS Professor George Magoha has said April will be treated as a normal vacation, an activity that was intended to end on May 4th in the education calendar, and interventions will be based on how the government handles COVID-19. Over time, parents and teachers have been worried about the effect of the coronavirus on the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education KCPE and Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education KCSE examinations. But the government has a plan.
Whenever the examination is going to be administered, every child, every Kenyan child will have been given the opportunity to cover whatever time that is lost before the said examination is administered. At this point that I'm speaking to you, the government has not decided to postpone both the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education and the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education.
The response plan indicates that interruption of learning process is likely to increase and uncertainty regarding national examinations, as well as increased psychological trauma among learners, teachers, and parents over the same. On the spot is the inequity in the ongoing online programs, as majority of learners do not have access to digital platforms due to lack of devices and internet connectivity at home. Opinion is, however, divided on whether children are benefiting from virtual learning, with about 2 million students expected to sit their KCPE, KCSE exams at the end of the year. Second term was to run from May 4th to August 7th, while third term was to commence on August 31st to October 30th to pave way for both exams. KCPE exams are expected to run from November 2nd to 5th, while KCSE was expected to run for 3 weeks from November 6th to November 30th, but it remains unclear whether this schedule will be followed. Universities and colleges are still pondering how they will cover for lost time. Daniel Kariuki, K24, Punchline.